Welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we're having ourselves a little showdown. This is the EVERGOODS Lightweight Showdown, which will essentially walk you through all of EVERGOODS products that are 22 liters in size or less, and hopefully give you a comparison between the products visually, but also in design, organization, and features. EVERGOODS offers quite a few bags, as you can see, and when you're trying to make a decision, it can be very hard to make those informed decisions, and I'm hoping to just be able to provide you with what you need to know for what works in your use case. Now, when we look at products on the board, or on the table, I should say, it can be hard to compare them all. They're all different to a degree, so we're gonna have to break them down into a few categories. Today, I'm thinking we should talk about tech and laptop storage. We should talk about organization and layout. We should talk about aesthetic and exterior design choices. I think those are gonna be the three big categories that we can segment these bags into to differentiate them from one another, or to align them against another bag. But first, let's talk about tech. In this modern day and age, pretty much all of us have a tablet, iPad, or perhaps a laptop that we're schlepping to and from work or for work, and it's important to keep those things safe. What we'll do is look at what I would consider to be the most secure and dedicated way to carry your equipment, which can be found in the CPL16, so this is the Civic Panel Loader 16, as well as the CTB20, the Civic Travel Bag. Both of these bags are going to offer you a dedicated laptop compartment. On the side, on both bags, we will find a side access zip pocket, which gives way to two sections. So the most back section is a large separated area. EVERGOODS designs this for use with a water bladder, and the tech, your laptop, your iPad, is designed to go into this more forward-facing compartment. This is a three-way suspended compartment. It has a nice strap here, this red strap with hook and loop to secure your machine inside. And it has this great side access option, giving you the ability to get to the machine without having to open the bag. Now, I will say that you cannot access the laptop from inside the backpack. You have to access it from the side, but it is super secure. So I would say this is the most dedicated way EVERGOODS is going to offer you the ability to stow and store your electronic gear, laptops, tablets, etc. So that is option one. And again, that's the CPL16 and your CTB20. Those are going to be identical in terms of carrying your tech. One difference to note between these two bags: one is a 16 liter, this one is a 20 liter, the travel bag. And the travel bag offers bottle pockets or side pockets. So do note that if it's important to you to have a dedicated laptop compartment and bottle pockets, you're going to be looking at the CTB20. Whereas if you don't care for bottle pockets, or you can do without them, the CPL16 would be potentially a better option for you. Now, as we move down the line and we say less dedicated storage, we're looking at the Panel Loader Classic 20 liter bag and also the Civic Half Zip 22. They're similar. They both do not feature a dedicated external laptop sleeve or compartment. Both are accessible from within the bag. And they're pretty similar, but they have their differences. So taking a look at the inside of the Panel Loader Classic, we see here this foam padded laptop sleeve. This will fit a 16-inch machine. It does get a little tight because you have your yoke pocket, your quick access pocket here. That will fall on top of the machine, more like lay over the top of the machine, making it a little bit more cumbersome to pull in and out of. If you have a smaller machine, like for instance, a 13 or 14-inch machine, this is gonna be a great fit. You don't compete with this yoke pocket. The machine goes in and out very easily. In addition to the foam padded sleeve for the laptop, you have this stretchy compartment here to stow a iPad or a tablet. It also includes a nice pocket here for a pen or a stylus that you might find useful. So this is a little bit less dedicated. It's accessible inside the bag and provides two type of dedicated sort of tech stowing options. Now, the Civic Half Zip 22, slightly larger. Again, another difference here between these two bags is the Panel Loader Classic is a clamshell or very close to a clamshell bag, whereas the Civic Half Zip, as the name implies, only opens halfway in this U-shaped manner. Inside the Civic Half Zip 22, we see another very similar foam padding where you can slide in your tech. You get one sleeve here. You do not get a tablet divider. There's no elastic slot for a stylus or a pen. And same deal with the quick access pocket. This is much larger, and the 16-inch machine will sort of tuck up and lie above this, making it, again, a little cumbersome to pull in and out of. Smaller machines, 14-inch or so, fit great. There's no issue pulling them in and out. And it's worth mentioning that all of the bags we're looking at today have suspended laptop compartments. So the place where you would put it will be at least half an inch off the ground, keeping it from making contact when you put your bag down. So here you go, Civic Half Zip 22 versus your Panel Loader Classic. So slight differences in what is overall a very similar style for holding your tech. Into the pile. The last bag we have up in this category is the Mountain Panel Loader 22. Also a newer bag from EVERGOODS lineup. This bag does not feature a dedicated laptop compartment and has the least dedicated stowing options for your electronics. This sleeve is the same internal sleeve that you'll find on the Civic Panel Loader, so the CPL series, and the CTB series, the Civic travel bags. Not padded, it is suspended, but anything inside this bag, you're gonna be able to potentially hear it, make contact when things are moving around. So worth noting here, in my opinion, the least dedicated option for hauling your tech. But there's trade-offs, right? That's what all this is about, making the right decisions based on your use cases and what you find to be important. So that's tech. I would rate them best, the CPL and CTB. And then in the mid-range, the stuff that works really well, but isn't dedicated, there's not that external access, and it's not super padded and separated. You've got the CHZ22 and the Panel Loader Classic 20. And then lastly, you've got your MPL22, which is sized to fit a 16-inch MacBook, but it's not really the best option if you're carrying your tech, in my opinion. So the next category we're going to look at is going to be organization, right? How important is organization to you? Do you want more pockets? Do you want less pockets to divide and segment your carry and your goods? We'll start with the least organized. And I would say that the Civic Half Zip series is the least amount of organization, in my opinion, across these bags that we're looking at today. This bag does feature a quick access yoke pocket, which is very sizable. I think this is a great thing. I'm glad EVERGOODS does this so well. One of my favorite aspects to EVERGOODS bags in general. But that is the only external pocket on this CHZ22. So small items from your pocket, they're gonna fit in there great, but if you're trying to keep some other stuff, if you want access to larger items, you know, you're not gonna have that with this bag. You're gonna have to think about ways to store those things on the inside. Now on the inside of this half zip style backpack, there are two pockets. You've got this one top pocket here with a good amount of dimensional volume built in, very sizable. Also positioned at the top, so if the bag were just ever so slightly opened, you could easily get to these items. You also then have the zip pocket below it. And when this panel drops open, it's positioned as such to give you access to those items in the opposite orientation. So this zipper is technically lower than the pocket when positioned up, but gives you a nice little easy access pocket to work out of when this panel is open. So that's it. You get two pockets here. This top pocket, it's pretty good in size, but it's not enormous. And to use them the way they're meant to be used, you know, one works when the bag is upright and the other one only works when this is open. So please consider that. Otherwise, this is a great bag. I love this bag. The CHZ was the first EVERGOODS bag I ever purchased, and I think it's an awesome option if that's the one on your radar, but it is more limited in organization. The next bag we'll look at for organization is the EVERGOODS Panel Loader Classic 20. Now this also features your quick access pocket on the top. This quick access pocket is a little smaller, a little more shallow than the other bags we're gonna see, but nonetheless, it's here, big enough for your phone, your wallet. You can get a glasses holder, eyeglass holder to fit in that space as well. The one thing that I absolutely love about this bag, there's many things I love about this bag, but this front dump pocket is insanely spacious. This is incredible for a jacket, water bottle, really whatever you could possibly think of. It's huge. It takes up the majority of this front panel and provides you a ton of space to organize your stuff without actually having to get inside the bag. So huge win on the Panel Loader Classic. And when we open this bag, we see two pockets here on the inside, both accessed behind a zipper. This is a more flat, not super dimensionally large in volume. Great for smaller, thin items. Below it, you've got two pockets enclosed behind one zipper with this mesh so that you can see through and see what's inside these. They do segment it, so you've got a medium-sized pocket and a smaller size pocket, and then this one is your larger pocket. All of these are fairly flat in size, but you do get some additional organization. So that's your PCL20. And then as we move up the ladder in terms of organization, I'm going to bring the panel loader, so the mountain panel loader 22 back into the picture. I think this is probably right around the middle ground in terms of organization. We do not get a quick access pocket in the yoke area of this bag. That's the first difference. But we have two front pockets. So very similar to the panel loader classic we just took a look at. This is a huge front pocket, very spacious, very large in volume, great for throwing large items in here, and is deceivingly large. So awesome on the outside there. You've also got a large pocket here at the top. This is essentially your quick access pocket. Also very large volume-wise. Very spacious, and as the bag packs out, the patterning gives this dimensional space its own dedicated space. So it's not impeded by what you put on the inside of the bag. So two awesome exterior pockets here in the Mountain Panel Loader 22. And now as we look at the inside of the bag, we see again a similar trend. Two pockets on the inside. This larger pocket here at the top behind this opaque material is pretty substantial in size. It does feature some independent volume. And then we have a longer mesh pocket here underneath it. So two very good sized pockets. You know, this is a bag definitely built for the outdoors, giving you thought and purpose to storing all the different things you might need in an outdoor bag. So lots of pockets here in this bag. But as opposed to the other bags we've looked at so far, there's no yoke pocket right up at the top of the bag by the handle. So that's your main difference. It is worth mentioning that on the half zip, right? So the Civic half zip, as well as the Mountain Panel Loader, and then on our next bag, the Civic travel bag, we have bottle pockets. So I'm actually not going to talk about this one next. That was a lie. We're going to talk about the Civic Panel Loader next. But those three are going to feature side pockets that are meant for bottles, but they go far further than that. You know, gloves, small gear, easy to throw your phone or whatever into, tripods, the list goes on and on. But those side pockets provide you, substantially more volume than the bags without. So next up on our list is the CPL16. And the reason it is before the travel bag is because A, it doesn't have bottle pockets or side pockets, and it features just slightly less organization internally. So the first thing we'll look at here is the front pocket. So these will be the same between the two bags. You're going to have a small mesh zipper down below, and then you're going to have two slip pockets above it, and an ample amount of space in front of those to stuff things in there. So tons of organization here. At the top of the bag, you will see yet again another yoke pocket or quick access pocket. So that's that. Of course, with these bags, the CPL and the last bag, we have our dedicated side access, three-way suspended laptop compartment with space for multiple machines. So that in itself, great organization. And inside the bag, we see that same similar style, two pockets on the inside of the panel. The opaque one, similar in size to what we've seen previously, and the larger mesh pocket below it. This will give you a large amount of space, assuming that front isn't packed out to capacity. So they do work independently to a degree, but this is quite spacious. And of course, we've got the elastic material here on the inside. So last up in the organization category, and the most organized, or the most options for your organization, is the Civic Travel Bag 20 liter. So first, of course, it has your laptop organization here on the side. We've got 2 bottle pockets providing extra external organization. So that's one step up from the CPL. On the front pocket, we're going to see that same layout. Small zipped mesh pocket, 2 slip pockets up here. The key leash changes location between those 2 bags, but otherwise this is the same and very spacious. Of course, we have our quick access pocket, very spacious in this travel bag. But what sets it apart on the outside is an additional quick access pocket here at the top of the front. And this, it's very large. This is probably my favorite part about the travel bag, having this extra pocket, especially if you're considering, bringing it on flights. If you got your bag stowed beneath you, at your feet, under the seat in front of you, this is right here accessible. The quick access pocket at the top, the yoke pocket, it's accessible. And the fact that it's sizable provides great advantages. Inside the bag, we're going to see a similar layout, of course. You've got that opaque pocket here at the top and the zippered mesh pocket here, but there is one difference. On the travel line, inside the zip pocket here, there are 2 more slip pockets. So if you wanted to divide things up a little bit more, maybe a secure spot for your passport, a dedicated spot for your passport, these pockets just provide you that slightly additional option to segment your goods. So that's the Civic travel bag. And of course, the elastic sleeve that we're seeing on the bags that don't have the internal laptop compartment here. So, organization, right? Very organized, very thoughtful, not overly demanding on where you put your things. There's a lot of options for folks to do things a little differently, but you're still getting quite a lot of ideas in ways that you can package and organize your stuff. The last category is aesthetic, and this is personal, so I'm not going to say what's best in this category, but it's important to know with a big bag like the travel line, the CTB20 here, you've got bottle pockets. This is a deeper bag, so when it's full and packed out, it's going to look a little bit more boxy than some of the other bags. Keep that in mind, right? Like what features in the travel bag override your need for the most aesthetically pleasing bag, or maybe this is the most aesthetically pleasing bag to you. And then you've got bags like, let's see, the Civic panel loader and the panel loader classic. Neither one of these have the side bottle pockets. They're both very sleek in design. This one has the panel loader has a more classic backpack vibe in my opinion, whereas the panel loader classic has a more classic backpack vibe. Whereas the CPL16 is, it's got that unique EVERGOODS design, right? When you think of EVERGOODS, you probably think of the CPL24, and this is just a smaller version. So It's streamlined, it's slim, no bottle pockets, you've got side handles, it looks great, it's not overly deep, and I think it carries probably a little bit more than what the 16-liter claims. So, you know, aesthetics, what do you need, what do you want? Hard to decide, but here these two are next to each other, and 16 liters and 20 liters. And then you've got, you know, the half zip, right? Not that it needs its own category, but this is a great everyday hauler. No frills backpack, half zip opening. You got the bottle pockets to secure things on the outside of the bag. But you're not going for a whole bunch of, you know, glamour. There's no organization on the outside. You're throwing your stuff on the inside, maybe a couple things in the top pocket, and you're calling it a day. This is gonna do everyday carry. This is gonna be good for travel for the most part. But it's a good option. And then you've got the mountain panel loader, right? This little guy is gonna be able to take pretty much everything you throw at it. It'll carry your laptop, it's gonna carry your tablet. Won't be the most padded or secure, but it works. Very lightweight, lightest bag of the bunch by far. Foam back panel, right? Making this nice and flexible. It's gonna breathe well, and you're getting a bunch of organization. You've got two massive front pockets, you've got two internal pockets, and the side bottle pockets as well. So great option. It could do everything. I've used it for everything. And maybe that's what you need, right? One bag that does it all pretty well, but not a master of one specific thing. So master of none, right? That's what they say. So that's what you're looking at, you know? Do you want something dedicated for travel? If so, the travel bag's probably got your ticket. Luggage pass-through, organization everywhere. You want something more sleek? Maybe take a look at the CPL16. Maybe take a look at the PLC20. You choose, right? At this point, aesthetic is your choice, not mine. But all these bags, there's no way these are gonna stand up. I'll try. All these bags are very similar. And yeah, that's a lost cause. And you will need to, you know, break down what you need to figure out what's most important. If you can make compromises, if you're okay with making compromises, you're gonna be thrilled with any of these. I think they're all terrific backpacks. EVERGOODS is a fantastic brand, but it can be overwhelming. So hopefully the information I shared with you today, the visual comparisons, the way that I break down the bags, is helpful for you. And if you still have questions, you know, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everybody. And if there's anything I can help based on my experience, I'm more than willing to share. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.